Welcome! In this video, we will look at the various trigger settings for your DrumIt module. It makes sense to pay close attention to all the settings for all the pads you might have connected to your device. In the unit menu, you will find the trigger menu by using the page button. On the left-hand upper corner, you see pad type. First, you select the pad that you want to change this value for by simply hitting it. Now we have the hi-hat. We'll stick with the snare drum for today. In your DrumIt manual, you will find an overview of all available pad types. If you're not sure what kind of pad you have, please check the manual of your pad. Next, we're going to set the gain of the snare pad that we're dealing with right now. When I hit the snare pad full force, the level in the top right hand corner should be 0. In my case, I'm a little bit below 0, so I will change the gain a little upwards. And 3 in the gain setting is perfect for my playing. One special thing about the gain of the cymbals, after you set the gain for your cymbal pads, you can adjust the gain of the bell separately in 3 steps, pressing more and pressing the rotary knob from low to mid to high. The next parameter we can set is the threshold. By pressing this button, the threshold is blinking, so now I can adjust it by turning this knob. I'm going to now play the snare drum as soft as I would ever play it, like with ghost notes or soft rolls, and turn this knob until I do not hear a sound anymore. I'm going to lift up the threshold. So with my softest playing at -12, I'm not going to hear a sound anymore. So now I will do the same and go slightly back down, lower the threshold, so my signal can come through to the module. Usually when it starts triggering, I give it a little more because too low of a threshold is prone to double triggering. Too high of a threshold might sometimes miss a trigger. So play around with this value when you notice something while you're playing the kit or the cymbal or the kick drum. Threshold is something that can solve many problems for you right there. And finally, the last parameter on this page is called curve. That's the velocity curve. That is how the module interprets your force while hitting the surface, like cymbals, snares, whichever. Right now it's at norm, which I expect to be normal. So if I hit softly and I increase bit by bit my force, the module will react accordingly. And it does. So now I can change that to maybe +2, which means the module will play soft when I hit soft, but when I hit a little harder, it will already increase the volume. It's a little bit overexposed, if you wish. Which results in a little less dynamic range. So if I go in the opposite direction, I go to -2, it will interpret my harder hits a little softer than I might actually feel it. All available velocity curves are actually pictured in the manual of your DrumIt module. On the next page, we have mask time. The mask time is a parameter that tells the module after what time frame it will accept the next input. Which means if you have a problem with double triggering, like you hit once and you hear 2 sounds, should you hear that, then you will turn the mask time to 1 and try again. If that still fails, you turn it to 2 and so forth. You will definitely eliminate double triggering like this but also if you play like a lot of fast stuff like buzz rolls and maybe fast ghost notes, the master time might actually swallow some of these inputs. So this only if you need it, and then be careful with it. Might be good to know that the rim channel of toms and snare is a separate channel in this module, so all the parameters we just talked about, you can edit for them separately. It's a good idea to take some time to set up these parameters for all your pads connected to the DrumIt module, because your playing will improve and you will sound much better and it will feel much more natural to your style of drumming. I hope this video was useful to you in finding the best settings for your DrumIt module. Should you need further information, please look in the manual, and we'll see you in the next video.